Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Just setting up the screen. 1 second. On Zoom, it's an update. It just does. Okay, so let's proceed further. I'm just stopping the video of others because it'll slow the speed. To avoid speed, I'm just stopping the video. Okay.
So Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Some of the devotees were telling they can't remember the last classes thing. So I've told them to take a book and write down. And if you can send that.
Create a questionnaire. You can create a questionnaire and send that questionnaire to me. I'll answer them and send it back. So that way they will be able to understand it. Okay.
Yeah. And if you can post that.
Keep repeating every class, all the detail, then we cannot move forward because the subject matter.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah. So today I'm writing down the points, Prabhu.
Yeah, please do that. Just trying to open Mangalacharana. Okay, so now I'm just going to share the screen. Let's all do Mangalacharana prayers, okay? I'll be sending this link also to all of you. Mataji, you wanted to send a Word document which contains Mangalacharana prayer in the group?
Yes, Prabhu.
Mangalacharana, whichever Mangalacharana I'm teaching, send the slokas and everything in the group in a Word document so they can take it up, okay?
Okay.
So, Hare Krishna to all of you. So, welcome to today's Gita session. We'll try to do our level best to cover as much as possible today, okay? So, I recommend you to please have a book and a pen with you. Write down all the questions you have. So, what we shall do is now it's time 6:20. We'll go till 7:15 and I'll stop at 7:15 and you can ask questions at 7:15 for 15-20 minutes or whatever it may be. We'll clarify all your doubts. So the questions will be answered in a round robin manner, okay? So that it is not that one person hijacks the whole meeting. So one can ask a question and then another person can ask a question, then another person. If all questions have been answered, then the first person can repeat.
Phone cases.
Nadi phone.
Class.
Okay. So we'll do like that and we'll have about 15 minutes Q&A. Okay, works good? Nimgela sari anta anistade?
Prabhuji.
Okay, great. This is the Mangalacharana prayer which I shared in the last class, but I'm showing it again. So we will be reciting Sri Guru Pranama, Sri Rupa Pranama, then we'll recite Sri Prabhupada Praniti. Then after that we'll recite Pancha Tattva Mahamantra, then Hare Krishna Mantra. Okay, so that's how we will recite now. Okay, so let's please join me in offering the prayers. Sri Guru Pranama. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I suggest you all mute, but you recite wherever you are so that others cannot hear. Others should not get disturbed. Okay? Thank you. Now, next prayer we'll offer is Rupa Pranama prayers. Okay? The meaning of Guru Pranama prayers is like this. I offer my respectful obeisances. Respectful obeisances ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವಾಗ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಫುಲ್ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಸಾಷ್ಟಾಂಗ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಅಂತೀವಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಒಬೈಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಐ ಆಫರ್ ಮೈ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ಫುಲ್ ಒಬೈಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ನಾನು ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡೋವಾಗ ನನ್ನ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಗುರುಗಳಿಗೆ ಮರ್ಯಾದೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಗಿವ್ ಮೈ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇರೋವಾಗ ನಾವು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದೂರ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾತಾಡೋದು, ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ನಿಧಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋದು, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ಫುಲ್ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟೀಸ್. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನೇ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ಫುಲ್ ಒಬೈಸೆನ್ಸಸ್. ಆನ್ ಟು ಹೋಮ್ ಮೈ ಸ್ಪಿರಿಚುವಲ್ ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್ ಹೂಸ್ ಓಪನ್ ಮೈ ಐಸ್, ನನ್ನ ಜ್ಞಾನ ದೃಷ್ಟಿನ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು. ವಿಚ್ ವರ್ ಬ್ಲೈಂಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಡಾರ್ಕ್ನೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಗ್ನರೆನ್ಸ್, ನಾನು ಅಜ್ಞಾನದಿಂದ ನನಗೇನು ಇಷ್ಟವರೆಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಆ ಗುರು ನನ್ನ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು. ವಿತ್ ದ ಟಾರ್ಚ್ ಲೈಟ್ ಆಫ್ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್, he gave a torchlight of knowledge. That's the meaning of the first sloka. Okay. ಇವಾಗ ಎರಡನೇ ಶ್ಲೋಕ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಶ್ರೀ ರೂಪ ಪ್ರಾಣಾಮ. ಶ್ರೀ ಚೈತನ್ಯ ಮನೋಭೀಷ್ಟಂ ಸ್ಥಾಪಿತಂ ಯೇನ ಭೂತಲೆ ಸ್ವಯಂ ರೂಪ ಕದಾ ಮಹ್ಯಂ ದದಾದಿ ಸ್ವಪದಾಂತಿಕಂ. ಇದರ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್, ಶ್ರೀ ರೂಪ ಗೋಸ್ವಾಮಿ Prabhupada, who established within this material world the mission to fulfill the desire of Lord Chaitanya, gives me shelter under his lotus feet. So now we are talking about a specific spiritual guru. His name is Rupa Goswami. Okay? ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಅಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಜನರಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದೊಡ್ಡವ್ರಿಗೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ದ ವೈಫ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಟೆಲ್ ದ ಹಸ್ಬೆಂಡ್ ಎಸ್ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ. ಸೊ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ one who can control his senses. Okay? So Goswami means who can control. So Swami means who's the control. Okay? So Goswami ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮೈಯಲ್ಲಿ 7 ಸೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್. ಆಲ್ 7 ಸೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ. ಓಕೆ? ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕುದುರೆ ಥರ ನಮ್ಮ ಇಂದ್ರಿಯಗಳು. ಕುದುರೆನ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ? ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಓಡುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಮೂಗುದಾರ ಅಂತ ಕಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಆ ದಾರನ ಗಟ್ಟಿಯಾಗಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅದು ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದೇ ಥರ ಅವರ್ ಸೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಆರ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರನ್ ಎನಿವೇರ್. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ರನ್ ಎನಿವೇರ್? ಇಟ್ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್, ಇಟ್ ಕೀಪ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ಸರ್ಚಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎಂಜಾಯ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಆ ಎಂಜಾಯ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ಸ್. ಇಟ್ ಟೆಲ್ಸ್ ದ ಬ್ರೈನ್, ದ ಟಂಗ್ ವಿಲ್ ಟೆಲ್ ದ ಬ್ರೈನ್, ಇದು ತಿನ್ಬೇಕು, ಅದು ತಿನ್ಬೇಕು, ಇದು ತಿನ್ಬೇಕು, ಅದು ತಿನ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ನಾಲಿಗೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮೈಂಡು ತಿನ್ನೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸು, ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೀಡ್ ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ಫುಡ್, ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ 2000 ಕ್ಯಾಲರೀಸ್ ಅ ಡೇ. ಬಟ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿ ಯಾವಾಗ ನೋಡು ತಿಂತಾನೆ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ, ಮಧ್ಯ, ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲ, ನೈಟು, ಮಿಡ್ ನೈಟು, ಮಧ್ಯ ಸ್ವಿಗ್ಗಿ ಆರ್ಡರು, ಅದು. ಸೊ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮಿಂಗ್ 2000 ದೇ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮಿಂಗ್ 20,000 ಕ್ಯಾಲರೀಸ್. ಸೊ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ Goswami. So Rupa Goswami ಅನ್ನೋರು ಏನಂದ್ರೆ, he has perfected the art of controlling his senses. That's why it's called Rupa Goswami. Okay? So we are now paying obeisances to that Rupa Goswami. Okay? Sorry. Then we'll come to Srila Prabhupada Praniti. Srila Prabhupada is a founder Acharya. Now what is glory of Prabhupada? ಎಷ್ಟು ಗ್ಲೋರೀಸ್ ಇದೆ, ನಾನು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ, ಈಗ ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಾತ್ರ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. There are 3 important literature in our life. First is Bhagavad Gita, which contains 700 slokas. The second is Srimad Bhagavatam, which contains 18,000 slokas. Then we have Chaitanya Charitamrita, which contains 3 cantos and 3 volumes, and I don't know the number of slokas, but it will be like lakhs. Okay? So all such books he translated for us, and he presented the truth to us. Not only translation, he wrote purports. Purports ಅಂದರೆ ಅನುವಾದ ಅಂತೀವಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಆ ಥರ ಡೀಟೇಲಾಗಿ ಬರೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ದೆನ್ ಹಿ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಗೇವ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ ಕಮೆಂಟ್ರಿ. ಬೇರೆ ಆಚಾರ್ಯಸ್ ಏನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ ಕಮೆಂಟ್ರಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೋ ಅದನ್ನು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಆ ಥರ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಶ್ಲೋಕಕ್ಕೂ ಮೀನಿಂಗು, ವರ್ಡ್ ಟು ವರ್ಡ್ ಮೀನಿಂಗು, ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಷನ್ನು, ಪರ್ಪಟ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲನೇಷನ್ ಜೊತೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು. ಸೊ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಎ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಹಿ ಗೇವ್ ಅಸ್ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್. Second, he gave us methods and means how to practice and implement that knowledge in our life, right? And he lived by an example. So he was awarded the title Bhakti Vedanta. So Bhakti Vedanta means one who is very scholarly, Sanskrit scholarly, and then an expert in subject matters of all these things, right? So he started to create a foundation called ISKCON. So ISKCON refers to International Society for Krishna Consciousness. ನೋಡಿ ಅವ್ರು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಟೆಂಪಲ್ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಟಿರ್ಬೋದು. ನೋ, he didn't do that. He is working as an international society. International ಅಂದ್ರೆ it is not restricted just to India or only to Bangalore or to a cult like only Brahmins. ಆ ಥರ ಇಲ್ಲ. Anyone can practice. Anyone is included in the society. And from where? Not just Bangalore, throughout the world. That's why we call it international. Then society. It's a society. It is not a business unit. It's a society. And society ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Anyone can be part of society for a common cause. ಅದನ್ನೇ society ಅಂತಾರೆ. Right. Then Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Consciousness ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಹೃದಯ ಆರ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸು. ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ? ಇವಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ? ಎಲ್ಲ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಈ ಮೂವೀಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಈ ತಿನ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತಿದೆ, ಈ ಎಂಜಾಯ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಈ ಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಹಾಕೋಬೇಕಂತ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಕೆಲವರು ಓದೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿರೋರು ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಬಿಟ್ಟು ಓದಬೇಕು ಅಂತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಕೆಲವರು ಈ ಫೋಟೋಗ್ರಫಿನವರು ಬರೀ ಫೋಟೋಗ್ರಫಿ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕ್ಸ್ಲಿರೋರು ಪೊಲಿಟಿಷಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಆ ಥರ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್ ಮಾಡೋರು ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕೇ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಥರ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ 64 ವಿದ್ಯಾಸ್ ಇದೆ. 64 ವಿದ್ಯಾಸ್ ಅವ್ರ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಪ್ರಪಾತ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಓಕೆ. ಬಟ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಬರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ಜನ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನುಷ್ಯನಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ he said International Society for Krishna. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ? ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಇರಬೇಕು. Lord Vishnu, Hari should be there in your heart. So hence his name is Krishna consciousness. Okay. So let's recite this sloka. So we're going to recite sloka 1 and 2 in this. Okay. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Desa Tarine. Either the meaning is very simple. Again, I offer my respectful obeisances on to A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. So Prabhupada andre ಏನು? ಪಾದ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಲೋಟಸ್ ಫೀಟ್. ಪದ ಕಮಲಂ. ಸೊ ಲೋಟಸ್ ಫೀಟ್. ಪ್ರಭು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾರು ವಿಷ್ಣು ನಾರಾಯಣಗೆ ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವನ ಪಾದದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಮರ್ಪಣೆ ಆಗ್ತಾರೋ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಭು ಪಾದ ಅಂತ ಹೆಸರು. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇವ್ರಿಗೆ ಆ ಟೈಟಲ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರು ನೋಡಿ, ಅವ್ರ ಹೆಸರು AC ಅಂದರೆ ಅಭಯ್ ಚರಣ್, ಭಕ್ತಿ ವೇದಾಂತ. ವೇದಾಂತ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಹೈಲಿ ಲರ್ನ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಕಾಲರ್. ಯಾವ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ? ಭಕ್ತಿ ಮೇಲೆ. ಅವ್ರ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ? ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲರ್. ಪ್ರಭುಪಾದ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಟೈಟಲ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟ್. ಓಕೆ. ಹೂ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಡಿಯರ್ ಟು ಕೃಷ್ಣ and having taken shelter of his lotus feet. Right? So that's why we are paying respects to him. Okay. Now next, we will go to Panchatattva Mahamantra, this one. Okay. So I'm going to recite this one now. Please recite. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Okay. Then the Mahamantra. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So this Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. So these are the 5 tattva. So ಈ ತತ್ವ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಏನು ಡೀಟೇಲ್ಸು ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾನು ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀನಿ, ಅದು ಓದಿ. ಬಟ್ ಸಬ್ಸಿಕ್ವೆಂಟ್ಲಿ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಲರ್ನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಯೋರ್ ಮಂಗಳಾಚರಣ ಪ್ರೇಯರ್ಸ್. ಯಾವೊಂದು ಶುಭ ಕಾರ್ಯ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆನೋ, ಈ ಥರ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಓದೋಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆನೋ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಈ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಓದೋಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆನೋ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಈ ಮಂಗಳಾಚರಣ ಹಾಡಿ. ಈ ಮಂಗಳಾಚರಣ ಹಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಭಗವಾನ್ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮತ್ತು ಚೈತನ್ಯ ಮಹಾಪ್ರಭು ಮತ್ತು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಗುರು ಶ್ರೀಲ ಪ್ರಭುಪಾದ ಮತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲ ಗುರು ಜಗದ್ಗುರು ಅವರಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದನ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದ ಮೂಲ ನಮಗೆ ಜ್ಞಾನ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆನ್ಸ್ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಫರಿಂಗ್ ಮಂಗಳಾಚರಣ. ಓಕೆ. ಸೌಂಡ್ಸ್ ಗುಡ್? ಸರಿ. Now next we shall go into the subject matter today. I hope all of you remember what we discussed last week. Okay. So last time we came to this slide and then we talked about the 5 subject matters of Bhagavad Gita. So then ಈ slide 11 ಬಂದು ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು. So ಈ slide 11 ಬರೋಕ್ ಮುಂಚೆ we want to talk about one subject. So what I'll do is I'll just share that Excel sheet. ಇದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇಂಟರಾಕ್ಟಿವ್. ನೀವು ಅನ್ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಅನ್ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆ ಇಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. So that way we can understand this subject. Okay. So I'll make this bigger so we can understand. Yes. Okay. So you see the heading today, it's called Force is Purity. Okay. So force is purity ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಶುದ್ಧವಾಗಿರೋದು. ಯಾರೊಬ್ರು ಶುದ್ಧವಾಗಿರ್ತಾರೋ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಅಚಿಂತ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಇವಾಗ ನೋಡಿ, ಇವಾಗ ಯು ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೀನ್ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಸೇಜಸ್, ಸಮ್ ಸನ್ಯಾಸೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಸಮ್ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟೀಸ್, ರೈಟ್? ಅವ್ರ ಕೈಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಹೆಂಗಾಗತ್ತೆ? ಹೌಸ್ ದಟ್ ದೇ ಆರ್, ಅವ್ರೊಂದು ಮಾತು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಹಂಗೆ ನಡೆಯುತ್ತೆ. ಹೌಸ್ ದಟ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿವ್. ವಾಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದೆಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮೀ is this: if someone demonstrates purity, they get, some special powers by which they can achieve greater things. So that's the most important thing. Okay. So purity ಅನ್ನೋದು, how to understand. Then what are the examples? So that we will discuss. Okay. So now first topic I want to take is food. Food ಅಲ್ಲಿ purity ನೋಡೋಣ. Okay. So I'll just type here liquor. Okay. Cigarettes. Okay. Then meat. Okay. Then gambling. Okay. Then illicit. Okay. So, okay, now, okay, these are activities. Sorry. Okay, so this is one side. Other side, I have milk. Okay. I have apple or else fruits. So rice, wheat, what else? Okay, etc. Vegetables. Okay. So let me ask a simple question. What is a good food here? Which is good? Column A or column B? You can unmute and then speak.
A Prabhuji.
Why A is column? Why A is good? Why not B?
Because it cools the body, doesn't give us any adverse effect or on the mind.
Mhm. Okay. So now I'll just take your point into greater detail. If you keep consuming A all the time, will you lead a good life? Will you lead a healthy life? Hello?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. If I keep consuming column B, will I lead a healthy life?
No, Prabhuji.
Not possible, right?
Not
So the answer.
possible.
Okay, good. So now let's look at habits. Okay. Habits of kind, okay, helpful, love, etc. Okay. Habits of envy, hatred, anger, greed. These are, okay, sorry. These are actually mind and thoughts. Okay, habits are stealing, killing. Okay. Um, philanthropy. So now you see habits. In habit, someone is very philanthropic, someone very supportive to others, someone devotional. Okay. So these are column A. Column B is, stealing, killing, cheating. Okay. So which personality is liked by anyone and everyone, A or B?
A, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Will anyone like someone who's having qualities, habits of cheating, stealing, and killing?
No. No,
No.
Prabhuji.
Okay, great. So now let's come. So similarly, mind and thoughts, being truthful, having a loving nature, okay, and helpful tendency, very kind. Then having qualities like enviness, hatred, anger, greed. Okay. So which set of people thrive, A or B?
A.
Okay, good. Can even others participate? I generally don't want only one person participating. I want everyone to participate. The more you participate, the more you learn. The lesser you participate, the lesser you learn. Okay. So please participate. Okay. Then people, right? So people like scholars. Then people like what do you say? Devotees. Okay. So then people like okay, so I would say like good people here. Okay. So people like thieves. Okay. People like politicians. Okay. So people like whimsical. Okay. So generally people like thieves, politicians, whimsical, we stay away. We don't connect with them much often. But people who are very scholarly, devotees, musicians, right? We all would like to stay with them, right? So that's the nature of people. Okay. Now, similarly, we'll talk about energy now. Okay. So positive energy. Okay. On one side, which is like goodness. Then negative energy. Okay. Like fault finding. Okay. Then judgmental. Right. Then yeah, putting down others, backbiting. The list can go on. So now, where do you want to associate with? Positive energy or negative energy?
Positive energy.
Positive energy.
Positive.
Why don't you want to associate with negative energy? What happens if you associate negative energy?
If we are with the negative energy, we also will go down.
We'll
Will
also
not
go down.
have.
Yes, good point. We'll also get impacted. We'll also go down. right? An example is drinking milk versus drinking poison, right? Okay. So now let's talk about God consciousness. Okay. So God consciousness is association with divine. Okay. Uh, People who are dharmic. Okay. Then virtuous. Virtuous. Okay. Then here people are atheist. Atheist. Okay. Atheist. Then false or pseudo. Then hater of God and hater of other religion, other people. Okay, so now look at this. Association with divine, association with people who are dharmic in nature, who are virtuous. Virtuous means who are principles, who are truthful, who are very see something in a very balanced manner. Okay, it is not that okay, I favor, I need to favor him, I need not favor him. I don't need to do that. That's the section in A. In B is atheist, he hates God. There is false and pseudo. They're pretenders, right? And once they hate God, they'll also hate others because all of us are children of God. You can't say, hate the father, but I love the child, impossible. If you hate the father, you also hate his child, right? Now, for someone who's leading a life, if he is continuously having a pattern in the A column, he has this lifestyle. Okay, I just wrote few of them. There are many things to write. If someone's life is all about A, these qualities, versus someone who's having qualities of B, like these, what will be the difference in their lives? You can speak one or two words. What will be the nature of person A and what will be the nature of person B? Hello? Is the question simple? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. The qualities.
Is the question simple?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. So let me repeat the question. A person having qualities A versus a person qualities B in all these sections. What's the difference between these two people? What do you see in these two people?
A will always be calm, conscious, whereas B's mind will be thinking of all the negative things,
Okay.
negative part of the
So whom
life.
do you want to associate? Whom would you want to associate with? B or A?
A.
And are you sure about it?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Now, let me ask the second question to you, Mataji. What happens if you become friends of a person who's B in qualities?
We also will follow him. We also will, when we are associate, like a rotten mango kept in some all good mangoes, all will get rotten. It's the same thing with us also.
So association is very powerful, right?
Yeah.
So whom we associate is very good. Now, when we associate with people like A, we will also get purified along with them. We will derive their habits. We will follow their principles. We will also mold ourselves, right? So if
Yes.
you associate with people who are having possessing qualities of B, it's a matter of time that you want to pick up those qualities. There's no doubt about it. So, what sort of life we are leading is very important. What sort of friends, what sort of association, the managers that we work for, the organizations that we work for, the kind of people that we connect, spend our time is very, very important. What you do will be the reflection of your life. Huh? You sow your seed and you will reap according to your seed. Correct?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So Prabhupada is institutionalizing this point by saying, let's all first try to lead a life of purity. Because that's the first step in mankind. If you are able to lead a life of purity, then you can go to the next level of purity, that is God consciousness. You cannot be dirty and filthy and try to go to a purer state, which is God conscious. You get the point? We may go to temples and offer prayers. But if we possess these qualities of B, our prayers will not be heard or reach their lordships. Or it may reach and it will never have any effect. But if we possess these qualities of A and try to connect with their creator, try to connect with the Supreme Personality, then there's an opportunity, right? So the key takeaway statement today is that first we should be very mindful about our life. What are we doing in our day-to-day life? Are we aware of our life? We should introspect. Go stand in front of the mirror. Check your friends. Check your energy levels. Are you always positive? Are you throwing negative about others? Are you talking ill about others? Have I appreciated this person? Have I glorified this person? So think about your energy. Think about the people that you connect with. Think about what is your mind doing. Are you getting anger all the time? Are you hating people? Are you envious of others' growth or fall down or failure or success? Are you self-satisfied or very greedy? What are you at? Reflect on yourself. If you reflect on yourself, then you can see whatever we wrote between A and B, how near to you are or how far away you are from it. Then that becomes a starting point of your life. So learning spiritual subject is one, but if greater than that is transforming ourselves towards the subject is the success. Let's take an example of Duryodhana. In the Darbar of Hastinapur, the Pandavas were there originally, the Kauravas are also there, and Krishna was also there. Even though Duryodhana was in the same Hastinapur, Krishna was with him, the Pandavas were with him, still he was very bad in his consciousness. He's always wanting to kill, cheat, disrobe ladies. So, it is not about we going to temples. It's not about having a photo of Lord in our house. It's about our consciousness. What are we? Unless we rectify our consciousness, unless we rectify our life, there is no way we can go to the next level of purity. Duryodhana could not do that even though he was presence of God, because even though Krishna may give him good food, but he did not have the consciousness to eat it. So hence he committed crime. Crime after crime after crime. This is very important. I'm repeating this once again. Even though Duryodhana was with Krishna, he was impurified. He did not progress. He's been a failure. Similarly, we may go to temples, but if our consciousness is not straightened, going to temples, doing this festival, doing that, is of no use. That's my point. Please think, reflect on yourself, and say, okay, what changes I need to bring? How do I move from B to A in my life? And then begins the journey of spiritual life. Okay? Sounds interesting? Hare Krishna, I see more silence. Huh?
Yes, Prabhu, very interesting.
Okay. So, introspection. Introspection is very important. I want each of you to introspect. Think. Reflect on your life. What do you speak? What are your likes? What are your dislikes? What are your habits? What sort of people you're associating? What food are you eating? What activities you're performing? What sort of energy you throw at others and you possess? Do you, if even if someone throws negative energy at you, do you reflect it back with positive energy or you're reflecting it with greater negative energy? Remember, whatever you reflect is what is there in your heart. Okay? So now we need to have this firm faith that unless I uplift myself, how can I ever see God? How can I ever experience God? How can I ever love Him? I cannot love Him. So if I can't experience, if I can't love my Creator, my maintainer, how is that I will ever succeed in my life? I cannot succeed in my life. That is the point. Okay. So now we will continue with the previous questions about the slides. Okay. Questions we all have. We always think, why do bad things happen to good people? Hmm? Very often we have this question now. I know him. His family is so great. He's done all good things. He's such a good man. But he's suffering. So is there God in this world? Why should good people put into suffering? Right? So that's the question we have. And immediately we ask the question, does God exist? Mhm. Okay, then who am I? I am living in this body and I have my hands, my legs, my organs, my senses. I say mind to everything, then who am I? What is the difference between am I and this body? We have to understand that, right? So, for example, let's say my uncle has died. What do you say? My uncle passed away. Okay, where has he passed? He's lying down in front of you in a dead body. Why? Where are we saying he's passed away? So, what we're saying is that the body is lying there, but the living entity, the spiritual force, the Jiva Atma, has left the body. So that means there are two people in this body. One, this body as a physical representation of mind, and one, the real life force, which is me. So these two put together is what a personality is. So that is what is who am I. Okay. So then we'll ask the next question. Oh, if that is true, then who put me into this body? How did I come into this body? Is there someone external to this world which I'm not able to see who's doing this to me? Then at the time of death, I come out of this body, get separated from this body. So who's separating it? Am I separating it myself? If I'm able to separate it myself, why can't I do it now? Can I test it? No, I can't test it. So that means it is the will of someone supreme that I'm getting separated from this body and I'm getting united into this body. So that's the who am I. Now, are we in happiness all the time? No. Sometimes we are sad, sometimes we are happy. Sometimes we get pleasant in our heart, sometimes we're worried in our heart. Right? So, can I always, no one wants to be in a state of sadness, state of suffering. They all want to be in eternal joy, always happy. How can I be in a state of bliss all the time? What is stopping it? And what is causing my failure and sufferings? Right? So, another set of questions. The last question or last but one we have is, we generally ask question, what is this destiny? Does destiny make my life? or I make my destiny? Is destiny in my hands? Is this question we have so much. We don't know which is superior. Is someone controlling my life or I am in control of my life? Right? And you have these questions. Why are there many religions? Why not only one God? Well, you see Christianity, they have only one God, Jesus Christ. You take a Mohammedan religion, there's only one, the Muhammad the Prophet, Allah. That's all. Why we have so many gods, 33 crore gods? So how do I understand? So that's the question that we all tend to ask here. Okay. So now let's go to the next slide. Okay. So what's the difference between material and spiritual? We need to understand this very well. Many people think that if I, at least in today modern generation, a youth girl, she's thinking, well, if I wear bindi, she'll think it's spiritual. Huh? Actually, we went to an event one day, a nice, beautiful event, and then we are about to play that event. In that event, they asked the MC who speaks to come and light the lamp. She lit the lamp and she came and told me, Prabhu, I felt really spiritual. Huh? So according to her, lighting the lamp is spiritual. According to another girl, wearing an ethnic sari, ethnic dress is spiritual. So is this spiritual or not? So let's understand that, right? So now the topic here is why we learn spiritual topics. Okay. I'll just read out material subjects. Material subjects can only help us understand what is already existing. Okay. In science, we have this word, no, research. Many of you doctors, you do research, right? Research means split the word into two. Re and search. What does search means? Search means searching for something. What am I searching? Searching for truth. Right? So, for example, Newton that day searched for the truth that why is that if I leave an object, it falls down? There is a magnet below. Huh? So he digged the soil and saw there's no magnet below. Then how it is falling down? So he searched for this truth and he concluded at a point where it's called gravity or the magnetic field, which drags two objects. So he searched for the truth and he got it. But before Newton searched for the truth that this earth is an electromagnet, has an electromagnetic field is existing. So material subjects means learning something already existing and understanding their interactions. That's called material subjects. Okay. So you will see, you'll get many ideas. So for example, you go to the, you see the sky. How come the sky is blue? Why can't it be green? Why can't it be red? And immediately science goes in to search why, and finally they get, and that is called search for the answer. Again, you search for the answer, hence it is called research. Otherwise, research is nothing. So, what is mankind doing is taking the same elements created by nature, be it water or chemicals or elements, what it may be, and trying different combinations of it and trying to work it out. That's called material. So, advanced search is called modernization. But that's not what we are interested in. We are interested in spiritual subject. What is spiritual for subject is first of all to understand who am I? How come I got into this body? How come I entered the stomach of my mother? And once I was born, I kept on growing from a small toddler up to a man today. I've grown. But as I grew, you may see my body kept on changing its shape and looks. But I remained the same person, the living force, the Jiva. Then at some point in time, you see, I leave this body, which is called death, and I'll go and take another body. which is called birth again. So, what is the role of the spiritual entity life force? Understanding about the activities of this life force, who created, what is its identity, who's controlling it, is called spiritual life. So, spiritual life means learning about the spirit. That is us. Okay? So, it is important to know what are we calling as spirituality. Someone who enjoys a festival, it is not called spirituality. Yeah, it's performing a festival, but what are you learning out of it? Okay. So let's go to the next slide. Okay. So then we talked about material elements and interactions, right? So you see, I want to give some more knowledge about this material world. Okay. So now we'll see there. You see in the bottom there is a camera. What does a camera do? Camera can shoot pictures, right? See, a human being has an eye which can also shoot pictures and video. Non-stop it can do. So we possess an instrument called eye in our body. It takes video data, processes it, sends the brain, and that's what it does. This is called material interaction. The same with, look at this example, a man touching a thorn. Immediately he feels the prick in his finger. Oh, sense of touch. Sense of touch, I can understand. Similarly, ears. Ears is also an instrument, in yandra. Yen ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅದು? It can understand sound vibration. Okay. Then look at this lady smelling a flower. It smells the nice aroma in the flower. So, what this slide is trying to tell us is, I enjoying the great smell, enjoying the great beautiful music sound, seeing visual things, enjoying the touch through this body. So, this body is a medium. I'm using this body to enjoy this. So this body is exposed to the eternal world, but the soul is enjoying this eternal world through this body. And that's the interaction. Okay. So what we will do now is, before I go further to the next slide, I want to pause here and open for questions for like 5 minutes, and then again we can continue. Please ask your questions. I am trying to make you understand what's the difference between material elements and spiritual element. And are we spiritual or not? That's what we're going to conclude today. Okay. So now, please ask questions. Have you understood everything? I'm trying to go very slowly for your benefit. Hare Krishna. No one has any question. Are you all there in the class?
Yes, Prabhuji, we are there.
Okay. All of you are very highly learned. ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಏನು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇಲ್ವಾ? ಏನು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಇಲ್ವಾ? ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ 2 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. 2 ವಿಷಯ ನಡೆಯುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದು, ನೀವು ಯಾರು ಇಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಪ್ರಯೋಜನ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಡು ಆಫ್ಲೈನ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ. ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸೇ ತಗೋಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಯೋಜನ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ತಪ್ಪಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು. Okay, so now I'll pick a student and I'll ask the question. Okay, Narmada Venkatesh, are you there? Narmada Venkatesh?
Yeah, Prabhuji. Yes.
Okay, good. So you ask a question, yeah.
Yes.
Anything is fine.
see,
Don't get shy. Don't get shy. You can ask anything openly and boldly. Okay? Yeah.
Yeah. See, you have given us a group A, group B of couple of topics.
Yeah.
So why do you think we as a human are more attracted to why are we not into spirituality? Why are we more attracted to the
Materialistic
negative
things.
things, like, materialistic, or the negative thoughts or negative enjoyments? I know it is negative, so I'm just saying it is as negative. Why do you think we human are more
Okay.
prone to negative
So let me
things?
ask you a simple question, Mataji. Okay.
Yeah.
A thief, robber, okay,
Yeah.
whom will you find a friendship with?
A thief or
Yeah.
the bad
Like-mindedness.
companions. Yes.
Like-mindedness. Okay. For him,
Mm.
another thief is like-mindedness. Why? Because he will see, he will experience things that he wants to experience from the other person. Correct?
Mm.
Yes. Now, why he wants to experience robbery, burglary, doing wrong things from the other person? Because that's what he's been practicing, and hence that has become the routine aspect of his life. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, for example, let's say we keep eating pani puri on that gadiwala, roadside gadiwala, all the time. Okay. So now, if I come to your house and tell you, Narmada Mataji, let's go eat pani puri. Will you tell me, hey, let's go to Winston Manor and eat pani puri there? Or you'll say, let's go to this Gadiwala eat pani puri. Gadiwala, right? Because you got habituated with it.
Yeah.
Okay. So similarly, because of our long association habituated over a period of time, and we've accumulated taste for it, we find that as comfortable. Right? Now, you're a doctor, right?
No, I'm not. I'm a
What's your profession? Hello? What's your profession, Mataji? Narmada Mataji, what do you do?
She's a teacher.
She's a teacher.
profession.
Teaching profession. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, Hare Krishna. Okay. So now, if you're a doctor, or let's say if you're a um, gastroenterologist, right? Gastroenterologists are the one who deal with intestine and things like that, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Good. I have some knowledge about medicine. So, okay. So now,
Prabhuji,
so I'll
my
ask.
connection got lost.
No
My
problem.
son is also joined, so I'm into his connection now. Yeah, I'm a teacher. Prabhuji.
Okay, great. Very nice. Okay, so I'll talk about gastroenterologist, how it works. We say something called as a gut feeling, right? Gut refers to your intestine, right? Long intestine, or what it may be. So when we say gut feeling, what are we saying gut feeling? Something in my stomach is telling me this is the right thing to do, or this is the right thing to eat, and hence I do it, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, how that happens? If someone there's a gastroenterologist here, they can validate this. What I've understood is very simple. There is something called as gut bacteria, and gut bacteria develops taste according to one's habits. Right? For example, if I keep eating fried food, then the gut bacteria connected to fried food keeps populating in the stomach, and it craves for more and more fried food, and that's how we want fried food. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is how habits are formed. Okay. And this is how we like negative things, even though we know it is not correct. A person drinking liquor, you think he doesn't know liquor is bad to health? Government has imposed a beautiful sticker on every liquor bottle saying that consuming liquor is injurious to health, etc. What else? Even though it's big and bold and very expensive, still people buy. Why? Because they're habituated. Correct? So now we have to undo many things in our life. And when you can undo? When you can undo? You're a teacher, you can answer this. When you can undo a habit, Mataji?
Slowly, we have to
Slowly
get
we have to
into a
undo,
good.
but what will drive you to undo?
maybe slowly getting into spirituality is one thing.
Think more deeper. Any other ways that we can undo something? So, for example, someone
being with all the good people around.
Okay, good. When you are with the right people, they will tell you, hey, do this, do that, and since you can undo. Okay, good. That's one way. And any other way? Any other way that will undo our habits?
Maybe until unless we feel the strong thoughts, or we feel the.
How will you get strong thoughts? Okay, so let me break the ice. So, can I say, by knowledge, we will know, oh, this is the right thing to do, this is the wrong thing to do. And with knowledge, power, can I undo it?
We know, we are aware of it, that's wrong. But still, people get to.
Knowledge means not just awareness. It's called realized knowledge.
Yeah, realization, yes.
Yes. Okay. So that's the whole point. So what we induce people is we induce with that knowledge of make them to realize. Then we help them. Oh, why don't you come out of your habits that you've done all these years? Why don't you practice a great life, which is life of purity? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So whether it's material or spiritual, this is the path. So hence, knowledge is very important. Okay. So now I'll tell you a story. Do you want to hear a story?
Yeah.
Yes.
Everyone loves stories, right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So let me tell you a story. There was a Brahmana. Okay. It's a very beautiful story. There was a Brahmana, and this Brahmana was a very scholarly Brahmana. He's a Vedic Brahmana. That means he's learnt all the Veda Shastras. And then he's a very principled man in his life. Right? So whatever he learned in the Shastras, he said, okay, this is what the truth is. I'll practice life accordingly. So he became a principled in his life. So his life was very simple. He had 2 daughters, and then he was teaching Patashala. That means he will teach Vedic subjects to Gurukul students, and they'll pay a small, fees to him, and he'll maintain his family. That's all. Simple life is very happy. Life is going on. Day came when his 2 daughters, they became elderly. They're ready for marriage. Then when the first daughter got ready for marriage, he saw the boy, everything is fine, but he needs money to get her married. Marriage means very expensive. Then he was thinking, oh, I'm a poor Brahmana, what will I do? How will I get my daughter married? I need money. Then he was trying to ask with some of his relatives and friends, no one helped him. Then he didn't know what to do. Then he was forced. Then one day suddenly he thought, maybe I should steal money. Because there's no other way. Otherwise, my daughter's life will get spoiled. I'll steal money and I'll get her married. My problem will be solved. Okay, he comes to the conclusion. Then after he thinks, steal money, how to steal, where to steal? Because there should be good amount of money to steal, right, somewhere. Then it is said, okay, the king's chest. The king has a chest, and in that chest there will be lots of gold, silver, diamonds, precious stones, all will be kept. And with that I can steal and I can get because it's in large in quantity, you won't even know. So I can steal some of it and get my daughter married. So he decides that. Then one day what he did, he tried to enter the king's palace. So what he did, in the daytime people can enter the king's palace because the king will come to the darbar and he will take questions and help people with whatever they want. So he went inside in the morning and waited the whole day, and then the king's session got over, and then they were just getting dispersed. At the time they were everyone getting dispersed, he hid himself behind a pillar in the palace. So once everyone went, the guards shut the door of the main, the palace hall, and then they also went out. So what he did, he was hiding behind the pillar. He came out and he started to search where could be the chest. He somehow searched here and there, here and there, here and there, and finally found the room where the chest, where the king's treasury was there. Okay. So he kept waiting for an opportunity. And when the darkness fell, at one point in time, he got an opportunity and he slid himself into the treasury room. And then he opened the boxes. In one box, he saw, a lot of gold. Another box, he saw a lot of diamonds, a lot of silverware, platinum, many, many precious things are there. He said, okay, this much is enough for me. You're about to take a few gold bars from the chest. Once he touched the gold bar, immediately his knowledge told him, hey, if you commit a crime, a karma, by stealing gold from someone else, this is the sin and this is the reaction, and you'll suffer like this. And in principle, this is not the right thing to do. So he said, oh God, yes, I shall not touch gold. I will not do it. So he kept the gold back into the chest. So then he was dejectedly walking out. Then he saw diamonds, precious stones. He said, anyway, diamonds and precious stones are not metal. So they don't have reactions like stealing gold. So maybe I should take away some diamonds. Some diamonds and metal, precious stones. So he took a bag, made a bag full of all these stones. As about taken and go away, then his knowledge again struck him. What did struck him? Oh, it's not about you stealing metal, gold or silver. It's about an act of crime. What you're doing is wrong. This is what you've learned. So then he understood, oh my God, I should not do this. So he kept that also back. Why? Because in principle, he was scholarly and he was a principled person. They said, no, I don't want to steal. Even if my daughter will have to suffer, no problem. I'll pray on God. So he closed the chest. He slowly came out of the treasury. Then he was trying to say, okay, how can I escape? You can't escape because the doors are shut. You have to wait till the next day morning. When the doors open, when people come, he thought he'll skid through like that. So he went inside behind the pillar and was waiting there. Suddenly he saw the night guards shifted and they were all coming and moving around. Then he didn't know what to do. Oh, if I get caught, my life will be doomed. They'll be put me into jail. So then he walked around and then he went through the staircase and then went into a different nook and corner of the palace. And finally found a nice big room. He said, oh, this place is very good. I'll go hide myself inside. So he went inside the room and there was a beautiful cot and just hid beneath the cot. Then in few moments, the king entered the same room and it was the king's master bedroom. What the king did, he took his fruits and then he lied down on the bed, the same bed he was hiding. So then he said, oh God, this is the king's room. What do I do? So I have to wait till morning. No choice. So similarly, morning came. Once the sun rose, immediately what happened? The king generally has a balcony. Near the balcony, all the soldiers and the king's men, they would come and they would blow trumpets. Once they blow the trumpets, these ministers, they would come and glorify the king with lot of beautiful slokas. Hey, king, you're like this, you're like that, you're charitable, you're strong, you're powerful, you're beautiful. All those things they'll glorify. And the king will say, oh, it's an honor for me. So he'll come to the balcony, receive all the glories, then he'll go. Okay? So the king got up in the morning with the trumpets blowing, everyone glorifying from down. Then he is hearing through the balcony. Then he's thinking, oh, see, what a great king I am. Then he started to quote a sloka. He quoted a sloka by saying what the sloka meant was, oh, I am the one who deserve all these things. I am the, indisputable, I am the most honored person. Like that, he kept on saying sloka. And then the sloka ends by the last verse, which means that even though one possesses all these wealth, riches, opulence, when the day of death comes, he has to leave all these things and he has to go bare body. Upside. Okay, that's how death, then it says death is cruel. So that last sentence he forgot, and then he was trying to recollect what sloka went. So this scholarly man who was beneath the bed, he knew, and he completed the sentence. Then the king said, oh God, thank you so much for completing this sentence for me. And then he was thanking God by looking at the ceiling. Then he was wondering, how come the sound was supposed to come from ceiling, but it came from beneath the bed? Oh, there is someone else beneath the bed. Then he immediately called the guards. Hey, guards, you come. Looks like there is some intruder in the room. Then this scholarly man, this Brahmana, he didn't know what to do. He came out of the bed, said, oh, my dear king, I'm sorry, it was me. Then he says, who are you? How did you come here? Then he narrated this entire life and story. Then he said, how did he land up here? Then the king said, I'm very pleased with you that you are so honest and you're well read. Still, though you want to commit a crime, you did not commit the crime. And more importantly, you're so scholarly that you completed the sloka for me. So the king said, I want to honor you. He gave him a bag full of gold coins and he said, I am going to make you my minister as my personal advisory and you will serve in the kingdom. Right? So you see, the moral of the story is, by being pure, we can sail through any difficult situations of life. One, you will be awarded the honor. Second, knowledge is very powerful. By being knowledgeable of what the subject is, we see, even when we are in a situation of committing a crime, we will not commit the crime, but we will surpass it. So with knowledge, we can cut the difficulties of material life. So this is one of the main reasons why we do Shastric study. In India, in ancient India, we had what is called as the Gurukul system. And the Gurukul system, all these value adds, moral science, and very Vedic subjects, everything was taught. But, in the process of university education, we lost all those values. Now you see, people are growing and learning and doing their PhDs, but simple moral values, principles, they don't adopt. They're not respectful in nature, and they're very, very aggressive and arrogant. Right? Did you all like the story? Hare Krishna?
Yes.
Hare Krishna, yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, good. So now we are going ahead with the subject. Now we are concluding the fact that we should understand the subject. We should practice this knowledge very well. We should know what is material. We should know what is spiritual. And within this body that we are living in, the external body that we see is material and the life force is spiritual. Material activities means anything connected to this external body is called material activities. Anything connected to the spiritual soul, which is inside this body, is called spiritual activities. So now you can distinguish what is spiritual life, what is material life. Getting up, eating, going to office, going for some shopping, going for some entertainment, doing some festival, doing some puja, this are all material activities. What are spiritual activities? What is the consciousness of the spirit? What are its desires? What is the knowledge aspect that I'm gaining? How am I trained to control my senses? Anything working on the details of the spirit is called spiritual activity. So now, in this Krishna conscious moment, in this journey of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is going to talk to Arjuna on the spiritual activities. He is not going to talk about material activities. That is what we're going to learn in the next steps. Okay? Good? So far, good?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Very good.
Okay, now we're going to learn the first sloka, which I'm going to share it now for you. Okay. See this? This is the first sloka we're going to learn today. Okay. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Okay. It's called Bhagavad Gita 1.1. It's an online portal. I'll give you the link. You can also use the same online portal to load any slokas and read. Okay. So this is the sloka. This is the first sloka of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita totally has how many slokas? We saw it in the previous slides. How many slokas has Bhagavad Gita got?
700.
Someone said.
700 sloka.
700. Perfect. 700 slokas. Okay. First sloka. I'll repeat one line. You all can repeat also. Okay. Dhritarashtra uvacha.
Dhritarashtra uvacha.
Dharmakshetre kurukshetre.
Dharmakshetre kurukshetre.
Samaveta yuyutsavaha.
Samaveta.
Mamaka pandavachaiva.
Mandava Chaiva.
Kim akurvata sanjaya.
Kim
Sanjaya.
ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಓಕೆ ಇದರ ಶ್ಲೋಕ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ತುಂಬ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಇದೇನು. ಸೊ ಕುರುಕ್ಷೇತ್ರ, ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರ ಅಂದರೆ ಅ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್, ಪ್ಲೇ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಅ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ವೇರ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಕುರುಕ್ಷೇತ್ರ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಿರ್ಬೋದು? ವೇರ್ ಕುರುಸ್, ಕೌರವಾಸ್ perform their activity. What activity they perform? The war. Okay, it's called Dharma Yuddha. Okay, so hence it's called Kurukshetra. Okay, but this Kshetra, this Kurukshetra, this place is also called Dharma Kshetra. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಧರ್ಮ ಯುದ್ಧ ನಡೆಯೋ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗೋದು ಧರ್ಮ ಯುದ್ಧ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಧರ್ಮ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಗುಡ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಅಧರ್ಮ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬ್ಯಾಡ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಆ ಥರ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಇವಾಗ. ಸೊ ಈ ಧರ್ಮಕ್ಷೇತ್ರ ಕುರುಕ್ಷೇತ್ರ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಧರ್ಮ ಯುದ್ಧ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆಯುತ್ತದೆ ಈ ಕುರುಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಈಗ. ಸೊ ಧೃತರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ ಉವಾಚ, ಉವಾಚ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಏನು? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಧರ್ಮ ಯುದ್ಧ ನಡೆಯೋ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಕೌರವಾಸು ಮತ್ತು ನನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಪಾಂಡವಾಸು ಸೇರಿದಾರಲ್ಲ ಯುದ್ಧ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ, ಯಾರಿಲ್ಲಿ ಗೆಲ್ಬಹುದು, ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಸಂಜಯನ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ಓಕೆ, ನಾವು ವೈ ಧೃತರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ ಇಸ್ ಆಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್? ಧೃತರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ knows that his 100 sons headed by Duryodhana did adharmic activities. ಏನು ನೋಡಿ, ಪಾಂಡವರು ಚಿಕ್ಕವರಾಗಿದ್ದಾಗ ಅವ್ರನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಸಾಯಿಸಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಸಲ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಭೀಮನಿಗೆ ವಿಷ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಮತ್ತು ದ್ರೌಪದಿಗೆ ಮಾನ ಮರ್ಯಾದೆ ಎತ್ತಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ್ರ ಬಟ್ಟೆನ ಬಿಚ್ಚಾಕಿದ್ರು. ಅದು ಸಾಲದು ಅಂತ ಅವರ ರಾಜಕೀಯನ ಕಿತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು. ಕಿತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅವರು ಕಷ್ಟ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅನುಭವಿಸಿ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬಂದ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೂಡ ಅವ್ರು ವಾಪಸ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ತಿರ್ಗಾ ಏಮಾರಿಸಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಅಧರ್ಮ ಕೆಲಸನ ದುರ್ಯೋಧನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಸೊ ನನ್ನ ಮಗನಾಗಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಅವನು ಅಧರ್ಮ ಮಾಡಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಈ ಧರ್ಮ ಯುದ್ಧದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಗೆಲ್ತಾನೆ? ಈ ಧರ್ಮ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನು ಗೆಲ್ಲಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಅವನಿಗೆ ಡೌಟ್. ಅವನ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಚಂಚಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆ ಚಂಚಲದಿಂದ ಈಸ್ ಆಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಸಂಜಯ, ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ. ಧರ್ಮಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಧರ್ಮರಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ಗೆಲ್ಬೋದು, ಬಟ್ ನನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಅಧರ್ಮ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಗೆಲ್ತಾರೆ? ಸೊ ನನಗೆ ಭಯ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಶ್ಲೋಕ ವೇರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಧೃತರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ ಇಸ್ ಆಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ಫಿಯರ್. ಓಕೆ, ವೆನ್ ಡಸ್ ಫಿಯರ್ ಕಮ್ ಟು ಒನ್? ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಭಯ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ಯಾವಾಗ ಭಯ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ? ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಭಯ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದೇ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಭಯ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ? ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಯಾಕೆ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? ಸರಿಗೆ ಓದಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅದೇ ತರ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ತಪ್ಪು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಏನು ಫಲ ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಭಯ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ನಾನು ನೋಡು ಅವನ ಕೊಂದಾಕಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಯಾವಾಗ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೋ ಭಯ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ರೈಟ್? ಇಫ್ ಐ ಡನ್ ಗುಡ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್, ನನ್ನ ಕರೆದು ಹಾನರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವಾಗ ಧೈರ್ಯ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಧೃತರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ ಇಸ್ ಟೀಚಿಂಗ್. ಬೈ ಈಸ್ ಆಕ್ಷನ್ ಏನು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ, ಯಾವತ್ತೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಅಧರ್ಮ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀವೋ ನಾವು ಭಯದಿಂದ ಬಾಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಯಾವತ್ತೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಡಿವೈನ್ ಕೆಲಸ, ಡಿವೋಷನಲ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವೋ ಆವಾಗ ಧೈರ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಸಂತೋಷದಿಂದ ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಹೆನ್ಸ್ ಯು ಸಿ ವೈ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ಆಂಗ್ಸೈಟಿ, ವೈ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿನೆಸ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಶ್ಲೋಕ ದಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಟೀಚಸ್ us. Is it clear? Is the first sloka clear?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So, what we should understand is, we should go back to that Excel sheet. If I first purify my life in various aspects, then there's a chance that I can put a petition to my Creator God and He will accept. But if I'm leading a life of B, I don't even have the eligibility to put a petition to my Lord that He will accept. I'll always live in fear. Fear of failure, fear of insecurity, doubtfulness about future. When what will happen, I don't know. So this is the difference between life of God consciousness, life of material consciousness. Okay? So this is how Gita begins. Okay? So my request to all of you is, ಇವತ್ತು ನಿಧಾನಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಓದಿದ್ದು ಈ ಶ್ಲೋಕನ. ಈ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸರಸ್ವತಿ ಮಾತಾಜಿಯವರು ಈ ಶ್ಲೋಕನ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಗ್ರೂಪಲ್ಲಿ. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಇದನ್ನು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಓಕೆ? ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಮೈ ವೈಫ್ ಆರ್ ಸಮನ್ ಆರ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಸರಸ್ವತಿ ಮಾತಾಜಿ, ಶಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಶೀಲ್ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ದ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್. ಹೀಗೆ ಪ್ರೊನೌನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಪ್ರೊನೌನ್ಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಈ ಶ್ಲೋಕನ ಮಗಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನಾವು ಬರೋವಾಗ ಈ ಶ್ಲೋಕನ ನೀವು ವಿತೌಟ್ ಸೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಮೆಮರೈಸ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಇದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ? ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ಯುವರ್ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ನೌ ಡೋಂಟ್ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ನೋ ಯೋರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್, ಯು ಓನ್ಲಿ ಹಿಯರ್. ಸೊ ಯು ಹಿಯರ್ perfectly so that then you can recite perfectly. Okay? Dhritarashtra uvacha dharmakshetre kurukshetre samaveta yuyutsavaha mamaka pandavachaiva kim akurvata sanjaya. This is the way you pronounce this sloka. Okay? So now I request you, I will whatever presentation I shared, that also I post into the group. Go through the presentation and you also learn the sloka, mug up the sloka. ಈ ಶ್ಲೋಕ ಮಗಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು ಹಂಗೆ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಬನ್ನಿ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಪರ್ಪಟ್ಸ್ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಪ್ರಭುಪಾದ್. ವೆರಿ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಹಿ ಈಸ್ ರಿಟನ್. ಓಕೆ? ಈ ಪರ್ಪಟ್ನ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದು 2 pages ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಈ ಪರ್ಪಟ್ನ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಓದಿ. ಈ ಪರ್ಪಟ್ಸ್ ಓದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಈ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ನ ಓದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನಾದ್ರು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಗ್ರೂಪಲ್ಲೇ ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್ಪಲ್ಲಿ ಟೈಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ನಿಮ್ಗೇನಾದರೂ ಗ್ರೂಪಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳೋಕ್ಕೆ ನಾಚಿಕೆ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ನೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್, ನನ್ನ ಪರ್ಸ್ನಲ್ ಆಗಿ ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ನಾನು ಉತ್ತರ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಓಕೆನಾ? Sounds good?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, very nice. Now we will open up for questions. Okay. Thank you for hearing me patiently. Bhagavad Gita ki, Grandaraj Bhagavad Gita ki jai. So ಏನಾದರೂ ಉತ್ತರ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಇದೆ ಕೇಳಿ, ಉತ್ತರ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. No questions? Okay, Narmada Mataji, you happy? ಇದಾರ ಅವರು? Okay, ಅವರಿಲ್ಲ. Okay, good. So thank you all. I hope you enjoyed the session today. We will catch up again tomorrow, next Tuesday, at the same time. We will discuss further on the subject. Okay? Grandaraj Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gurudev ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hare Krishna.
Dandavad Pranam, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna,
Dandavad pranams.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.